the entire career of a two-way player. We have Travis Hunter both at wide receiver and at cornerback. But first bit of business here is to sim through the preseason to see what team signs him. Whoever signs him here is going to be making the best decision in their franchise's history. So the team to sign Travis Hunter as a rookie is the Chicago Bears. So he immediately steps in as the wide receiver 2 for the Bears and also steps in as their cornerback number 2. And they gave him a real cheap 4-year contract, so he's going to be a Bear for a little while. And with him being a 76 overall wide receiver while at the same time being a 76 overall cornerback, it's going to be interesting to see which position his overall grows faster at. Now from here, we're simming to the end of the season and we'll continue to do so year after year until Travis actually makes the Super Bowl, which at that point, I'll step in to play the entire game and try my absolute best to get Travis's first ring. And of course, we'll be keeping track of his career every step of the way. Not gonna lie, season 1 was quite the L. By far was the worst team in the league. I mean, almost had the worst offense, and by far had the worst defense. Justin Fields was a big reason why the squad struggled, and the fact they couldn't run the football. But not gonna lie, that's a pretty insane season from a rookie receiver on a really bad team. Didn't quite make it to an 80 overall, though. Just sucked the bad season's affecting his overall. Now, how did he do on defense? I mean, he made 100 total tackles, but didn't record a single interception, while his counterpart, Jalen Johnson, recorded 5, which it does suck he didn't record a single interception his rookie season, because he needs to record 20 before he calls it quits to complete his career challenge. Along with winning an Offensive Player of the Year, a Defensive Player of the Year award, he has to score 100 career touchdowns, and he has to win a Super Bowl. And if by the end he does complete all 5 career challenges, I have to give a Travis Hunter jersey away to a random lucky subscriber in the comments. Now, it is pretty interesting at the conclusion of his rookie season that he's a higher overall cornerback than he is receiver. Obviously, no MVP votes, no Offensive Player of the Year votes, and I assume no Defensive Player of the Year votes. But I promise you those will come eventually. Now, did he win Offensive Rookie of the Year? Not quite. It goes to Bijan. At least he came in the top 5, though. And defensively, he didn't win that either. He barely even came in the top 10. It does kind of suck for Travis that the Bears are the team that signed him, but its time will come. Hopefully this offseason, the Bears front office can do something to make the team around Travis a little bit better so he can actually make the playoffs. And of course, it's those dang Cowboys winning the Super Bowl year 1. I just really hope the front office spends some money in free agency here. I mean, at least the GM spent a little money on the front 7. I mean, not gonna lie, that defense does look a lot better, but can they continue to make smart decisions here in the draft? And don't forget, we do have the number 1 pick here, and we have literally all of these incredible prospects that we could draft. So I'm gonna let the computer do its thing with the number 1 pick in the 2024 draft. The Chicago Bears select Brock Bowers. Why did they take a tight end with the first pick? But at least they have another first here. With the 11th pick, the Chicago Bears select Jack Sawyer, which is another pretty solid selection. But now to see the full draft class and to see what Brock Bowers and Jack Sawyer's overalls are, here we freaking go, dude. The moment of truth. Okay, Brock Bowers is an absolute monster at 83 overall as a rookie. Jack Sawyer's not that great. We did get some pretty useful players here in the later rounds. So this is how Travis's offense is going to line up in season 2. And here's Travis's defense. Bears actually took TJ Edwards and a couple picks for one of the best young guards in football. Now that's better. So hopefully here, Travis's second season as a two-way player is a little bit more productive. I mean, at least 7 wins is better.
What's up? Fast rap on everything you like, you understand? What?
Better than 1. A very small improvement on offense, though. At least the defense was better. I mean, that's a lot better season this time around from Travis's QB. The team just can't run the dang ball. And he was almost the team's leading receiver already. Over 1,000 yards and 8 more touchdowns. Why did Brock Bowers not have a single catch all year? And defensively, yes, he got his first pick. Hey, some progress is better than no progress. His QB actually getting MVP votes. But again, not a single vote for him as Offensive Player of the Year. And again, not a single Defensive Player of the Year vote. Offensively, he's already up to an 82. And the same exact overall on defense. I'm telling telling you boys, this is just the beginning. Although, maybe just a couple more seasons as a Bear. Just realized, too, that Justin Fields already signed an extension. So he'll be Travis's QB for a while. It's the freaking Cowboys to win it again. Now, do you want to check and see if his development trait changed at all? The good news is Travis did improve the superstar. But how did his teammate Brock Bowers become an X Factor? Bro didn't play a single snap all year. And that also means he did become a superstar on defense. And apparently on defense, Montez Sweat and Edmonds also became X Factors. I just hope that the front office has another good offseason here, so Travis can finally make the playoffs next year. I mean, again, we had a pretty incredible draft class here. Our front office added both Nick Chubb and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah to the squad. For Travis's sake, I kind of hope they draft a better quarterback here. They didn't, but at least they got some okay players. Sort of year 3, and I'm telling you, man, this is the best Travis's offense has looked so far. And defensively, this has got to be, what, like a top 5 unit? I mean, the squad is up to an 87 overall, so maybe, just maybe, year 3 can be the Bears' year, and hopefully this can be the season where Travis breaks out on both sides of the football, and Travis has finally made it to the playoffs. One of the best records in the league. Well, just out of nowhere, the best offense in the NFL. The defense backtracked a little bit, though. Best season Justin's had yet. I guess I should have assumed things were going to change once we actually had a running back that knew what he was doing. Now, Travis, how'd he do this season? Another 1,000-yard year, although a little low on the touchdowns. Hey, look, Brock Bowers actually played this year. Now, how did Travis do on defense? 74 total tackles, but this time with 3 interceptions. Slow and steady wins the race. So apparently Justin got the 7th most votes. Nick Chubb got Offensive Player of the Year votes, but none for Travis. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I've seen a single DB get a vote for Defensive Player of the Year. So I'm actually gonna step in and call for the first ever career challenge audit, where we're gonna replace that with something a little bit more obtainable, like becoming a 99 overall, which Travis is making good progress up to an 85 offensively. And the trend continues as he's the same overall on defense. Now, is this the season Travis finally makes the Super Bowl? I mean, he only has to get past the reigning back-to-back Super Bowl champions. We have this game at home. Please not get first round. Okay, we got a massive. Got a bunch of upgrades, but none for Travis. Not gonna lie, kind of a disappointing performance here from Travis, but at least he had a touchdown grab. He only had 4 tackles on defense with no picks. Now time for another tough one, as we have to travel to 12-5 Carolina here in the divisional round. But hey, if he does lose here, at least they did beat the Cowboys. They got another big win. This time he had 3 catches for 57 and 2 touchdowns, and this time he recorded 6 tackles and actually got a pick. But can they do it one more time to get to the Super Bowl? We have to beat the 11-6 New York Giants, the worst team we've played in a minute. Oh my God, we must have lost. They beat us by 2 points, dude. God, it was Caleb Williams who beat us, who our front office could have drafted. Hold on a second, dude. It looks like Travis didn't even get a single catch. What do you mean? Made a lot of tackles on defense. Not gonna lie, dude, pretty depressed about this. The Giants did end up winning it all. Maybe, just maybe, we get a little lucky and Travis improved the X Factor. He's still a superstar offensively, although his fellow wide receiver did improve the X Factor. He only has 1 more season on his contract, though, so maybe next offseason he signs with another team so he can be their wide receiver 1. Hopefully they put all their chips in here so he can go all out for another Super Bowl run next year. Yes, they're saving their money for Travis. They didn't sign a single free agent. They'll surely make up for it with a good draft here, especially when you consider the fact they drafted 3 quarterbacks to possibly replace Travis Hunter. This was the worst draft class yet. Year 4, this team is surely too good not to make the playoffs again, right? Not quite as good as last year, but I'll take an 11-6 season. Hey, good to see wide receiver Travis with an upgrade. Still a top 5 offense. The defense continues to get worse and worse for some reason. I mean, another really good season here from Justin, and another really good season from Nicholas. Things did change big time here, though, as Darnell Mooney came out of nowhere to lead the team in receiving. I mean, that's still a solid season, but I'm sure he wants to go elsewhere to actually be the #1 receiver. Defensively, though, he adds another 3 interceptions to the total, so not the worst of seasons. We already saw Travis's true overall improve to 88, but we finally have a leader as he's an 89 overall now as a corner. The Bears weren't stupid and did give him a nice 3-year extension, so he'll be in Chicago at least a little bit longer, but hopefully he can give his tenure as a Bear here a massive boost by finally making the Super Bowl. First step in our way is the New Orleans Saints. It always is tricky in the Superdome, but we did get the win. We keep things rolling here in Philly and make it to the conference championship for a second consecutive season. We took the L. God, it took a fourth quarter comeback. Travis doesn't make that many catches in the playoffs, but he for sure scores touchdowns. I mean, he put his work in on defense too. He just came a little short. That makes for the second consecutive season we've been knocked out by the eventual Super Bowl champion. Now, hopefully this was the offseason. Travis finally became an X Factor. Nope. And to make things a little bit worse, we had Nick Chubb lose his X Factor and go immediately down to Star. I have to say, man, this defense just doesn't really look as good as what it once did. But hopefully we can make up for that diminishment in talent with a good offseason here. And for the second consecutive offseason, we don't sign a single freaking player. Must have spent it all on Travis. Can they at least draft a little bit better here? I mean, it's just kind of mid. I'm going to go ahead and do some in-the-moment foreshadowing here. This is the year the Bears and Travis are going to make the Super Bowl, and this is the year Travis is going to finally become an X Factor. How did 13-4 not get us a first-round bye? Freaking Giants got the tiebreaker somehow. We were back to having the best offense in the NFL, and we actually had a top 10 defense. Where, guys, where did that come from, Justin? Almost 5,000 yards, 42 touchdowns. Nick's about 47 at this point, but he's still putting up good numbers. But all we're worried about right now is Travis, and he had probably the best season of his entire career. Like, I wish he could have put up DJ Moore numbers, because that could have got him Offensive Player of the Year. Like, very well, DJ might have won it. But I'll still take 1,300 yards and 10 touchdowns, up to a 91 offensively. And keep in mind, the guy's only 24 years old. Now, did he have as good of a season defensively? 89 tackles, had 2 tackles for a loss and 2 more interceptions. Another super solid season. They actually had their QB win an MVP. Not gonna lie, kind of a shocker to me that DJ Moore came all the way in 6th place here. Travis still a little bit ahead defensively though as a 92 overall corner. And with him being now over 90 overall on both sides of the football, can this please, dear God, be the season they make it to a Super Bowl? Can we beat Philly, please, and lost again by 3? That's ridiculous. I mean, that's the best playoff game I've seen him have yet, but I definitely got outshadowed by Marvin Harrison. Who let the Eagles get him? I hope extending his contract in Chicago doesn't end up wasting some of his career. I mean, I'm telling you, dude, if we lose to a team in the playoffs, they're gonna win the Super Bowl. Kind of was hoping DJ's contract was running out, so I want Travis to be wide receiver 1, but that's gonna come eventually. Can we please this offseason sign an actual free agent for the first time in 3 seasons? I mean, I guess 2 free agent signings is better than nothing. And apparently we signed Sean Payton as our defensive coordinator. Why are we drafting a tight end in the first round when we have Brock Bowers? I mean, the offense on this squad is still rock solid. It's just this defense that I worry about. Can we finally again prove that we're special and get a first round bye? So it's not a first round bye, but at least it's another playoff berth. I mean, we could be the Lions. Still have a top 5 offense. Our defense is now dead last. Don't think that's a coincidence. Another super solid season from Justin. Nick Chubb